Hello, everybody. How are you? It's Friday. Oh my God, it's the end of the week. Although we've got one more day in Love Island land for us
Yes.
reviewing.
Yeah.
But Friday for the normal work week, we are happy that it is. Well, I am. I don't know about you, Nana, but I am
Yes.
definitely. Excuse me. So, guys, welcome to LABRISH. This is our show where we talk about our favorite reality TV shows. And at the moment, we're talking about Love Island All Stars, episode 11. Welcome in. Allow me to reintroduce myself. I'm all things sugar and shade Sade, and I'm here with.
I am Nana, aka the Black Fairy.
And guys, before we get into it, and there's a lot of you in the chat today. Love to see it. Love to see it. Make sure you book that like button immediately, please. Do it now.
Yeah.
Do it now. Also share this with like-minded people. Get involved in the comments too, and subscribe to our channel. Subscribe to Your Aunties Could Never, Nana Evans Com, and Hey, it's Sade Salami. Yes, please. Thank you so much. So, guys, you know the drill. Our regulars, you know the drill. Please, like, what is your one word to sum up this episode? Nana, what are you going with?
My one word is karma.
Karma.
We saw it just going around the villa. It was great. Karma and definitely.
It was a beautiful
For sure,
thing.
one word.
Yeah. Reckoning.
Yeah.
It felt like there was a reckoning. It kind of felt a little bit spiritual, the reckoning. Do you know what I mean?
It was. Somebody was handing down like some serious cases on everyone. Georgia B says, my one word is Yawande. Most definitely.
Well, yeah. The spirit of Yawande was there, man. I'm not gonna lie. I was just like, yes. We needed it.
Yeah.
We needed it. We needed to see the balance. Do you know what I mean? So yeah. There's a lot of people in the chat. Do you want to go through a couple there?
Erin says karma as well. Erin J.
Mm-hmm.
That's not coming up for me. Just that.
Oh, okay. Let me scroll through. Hey, Catherine. Catherine is saying she's hello from the Caymans. Wow. Immature reviewer says justice. Hey Dammy, hey KW. Elise saying Arabella's ego must be bruised now. Yes. Adma says karma as well. Mercy saying drama. There was a lot of drama.
That was a dramatic show. Could it be considered the most dramatic so far? I feel so. There was a lot.
I think so. Immature reviewer says, aunties, you pushed it to 1 p.m. and you're still late. Sorry. We just have to do a notice, yeah. Whatever time we say ish, we add the ish at that time. It's never
a good 10, 15-ish. But then remember sometimes when we were like in bang on 12 and then people would be like, hang on, I was thinking it was the ish. So just hit the notification bell.
Yeah.
And then when we're live, you're going to get a notification that we've gone live. Like that's the best way to do it. Have the notification bell on. But yes, no, it was my fault. And I was having internet problems again. People would think I was in Accra with the way my internet is going. But...
Bro, literally right now, what's going on? Some international connection.
This is BT's internet on their fastest plan, and it's still playing up. I need my money back.
Yeah, I think so. You can show them proof as well. Do you know what I mean? You literally got daily proof. Seriously. Erin is saying, so I can't speak. This is my problem. I can't pronounce words. I can't even say it. Ancestral vengeance. Yes. Lady Lyric. Hey, yes, yeah, definitely. So in this episode, there was so much going on. We had Anton and Mitch go head to head. We had Chris breaking up with Amaretto, and we had the first part of the results. Well, the results actually for the recoupling. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? There was a lot going on. So I think we started the episode with the kind of remnants of just after the dates and everything. Tom was asked like what was his favorite date and everything. He didn't really give much away, but I think Georgia S was talking in the thing. She says, yeah, there's definitely a romantic spark with Tom. Callum, he personally couldn't wait for the dates to be over. And there's no surprises there because he's in trouble.
Yeah.
He's in trouble.
He ran to Georgia. He like ran over to Georgia and gave her like the biggest hug. I was like, Callum, easy, man. Like,
yeah. Relax. Tom talking to Mitch and Tyler, he was just saying that, you know, his history with Abacus is like, it was just a bit of a fling. He was basically downplaying it, it seemed. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know whether he wanted to create a bit of distance, but that was weird to do that so quickly. Do you know what I mean? If it was like
he weren't on it
meaningful, I don't know. But it says a lot about both of them, to be honest. That's what I thought. Like, that says a lot about Tom, says a lot about her as well.
No, he said fling as well. So he said flirt, he said fling. She cheated on her man, definitely.
I think so. Tom thinks that Molly is stunning. Do you know what I mean? And he also said, like, obviously with like G, like there was a lot of laughing and everything like that. And Tyler pointed out that you could see a lot of chemistry between them for sure. But yeah, overall, he was saying like the vibe with Molly and Georgia S was the best, which is kind of like no brainers. Yeah, you know, that type of thing. Sophie, Kaz, Hannah, Liberty, they were sitting down chatting. Sophie's like her retelling of the events, and she was saying that Chris is like, you know, he's very open. She didn't reveal, and I don't know if it's editing, but she didn't reveal that, you know, that actually, I don't know. Did she know that he had a crush on her previously, or was that just because Chris was saying they met, but like he DM'd her, but
I noticed that as well, that she didn't mention I know Chris before or I've met Chris before or anything. She seemed to play it like it was all, this is the first time I'm meeting anybody in here type of vibe. I wasn't sure. I don't know. And she didn't really give much either. Like she didn't suggest to me that she was into Chris from how she was playing it to the girls. So that was interesting.
So she did say she wants to talk to him more, but she kept it low key. She really did keep it low key, and she might be doing that strategically anyway because she knows who she's dealing with in the villa. Do you know what I mean? She said like the Toby conversation was really good. They had good energy, and Josh really surprised her. That was the best date, basically. Hannah was saying some stuff, and I can't lie, I am now allergic to Hannah's voice. I don't want to hear her speak. I'm not interested in everything. It just turns me off every single time. I'm just like, oh, what are you saying now, man? I don't want to hear it. We first see, this is the first kind of like what do you call it, interaction between Amaretto and Chris, and they kind of both, because obviously they both were on dates with the people that were picked, and they debrief about their dates. They, you know, Amaretto's like, oh yeah, it was a nice day, it was familiar. That's where she kind of just kept it. It was just familiar. Chris like then obviously reveals that he's met Sophie before, he's had a crush on her, and that she ended the date saying that, you know, let's talk. She would like to chat more. And he was just like, yeah, he shares the same sentiment. I think he says that. And then, you know, as long as you're honest and open, she was just like, yeah, okay, that's fine. You know, but you could just tell she was a bit sad by him even suggesting it. Do you know what I mean? But they did agree to be honest and open. So yes, I don't know. I was just like, I thought this was not super mature, but it was just like a normal conversation between two people who have been, you know, partnered together for the last 2-3 days. Like,
exactly,
you know,
like they're not exclusive. They are still getting to know each other themselves, and they're open to get to know other people. it was quite a civil exchange. Like, let's be open, honest, and respectful. Civil. That was, yeah, cool.
Now, I can't remember who, or maybe it was still in that same conversation, but she was saying, like, you know, she said something about Tom and that how the age difference was like a major factor. I can't remember if she said that to Chris. But yeah, she did say that the age difference was definitely a factor, that why, you know, it didn't get pursued any further. Do you know what I mean? But then yes, no, it was to Chris. And then Chris was saying, like, look, like when they were kind of like walking off, he was just like, look, like, because I want to get to know Sophie, like, I'm gonna hold back on the kissing. I'm gonna hold back on the kissing because it's not really right. Do you know what I mean? If I'm getting to know someone, then I'm snogging with you. Do you know what I mean? And that's when you see her back start getting up. And Abacus was just like, why are you going back on that? Why are you doing that? Do you know what I mean? Like, it was just like, hold. I genuinely thought at this point, Chris is trying to be nice and respectful, and be upfront about this, so you both clearly know where you stand and what's going on.
Exactly.
I thought he was communicating really well, to be honest.
I agree. I think he was crystal clear, but you could tell her ego immediately went into, why is this guy rejecting me? It was like that switch on, hang on, like I'm losing the upper edge on him. And that was, for me, I was thinking, actually, I think Chris from Tom was, even if it wasn't Sophie, I think he would have started backing away from her. I just think that as a man, I think also his ego went into, hang on, Arabella's out here. Like, it's a bit much. I think he was already like, I'm gonna jump ship from this chick. And it was a bit of both. And yeah, her ego is gonna sense all of that as well.
Yeah. I think yeah, I agree with you. I think he was just like, perfect excuse. Almost, do you know what I mean? Like, I've got this. Because he just knew it was, do you know what I mean? He was kind of smooth with it as well. Like, it wasn't like he was mincing his words. He wasn't like backtracking. He wasn't like, you know how Georgia H is saying one thing to the girls and another thing to, do you know what I mean? It's taken a while. Nah, he's like, this is what I'm gonna do. This is what the situation is. This is what I'm gonna do. You okay with that? Do you know what I mean? So yeah, but she was not okay with that.
No. She was not.
So oh my god. So maybe it was her. Then I think it was her and Josh that spoke next, or was it Chris and Josh? I can't remember. And it was Amaretto and Josh. They had a bit of a chat, and she was just like, oh, you know, like, I really don't like how that's actually played out. And you could see the overthinking turning in her head. Do you know what I mean? Because she was like, it was like she was spiraling a little bit. Do you know what I mean? She's just like, right, I'm gonna have to be myself. Right, I'm gonna have to do this. Like, and Josh was just like, you know, you're gonna have little tests in here. And I was just like, there is nothing little about Sophie. I don't know what you're trying to say. Like, they just seem like, to me, maybe I'm sensitive, but like, no. There seemed to be a little bit of a underlining. I didn't like that.
Yeah,
I didn't like that.
Definitely some type of tone of, this girl isn't a match for me type of thing. And it's like, okay, bet in it. Let's see.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
I don't think that, I don't think your Riz is rizzing anymore, Arabella. Like, I think she thought she was running the place. Like, I've got all of the guys, and that little knocked her. And then even talking to Josh, I was still like, you're now being like, I've got to grapple. Like, there was an air of desperation.
Desperation is true. And you know there's no deodorant for that. None.
There is none.
Seriously.
And Arabella began to start reeking. Like, just even how she was sitting on the day bed talking to Josh, I was like, oh no, you're desperate now. No, this dude will sleep with you, but he ain't gonna do anything else.
He ain't. And the thing is, she took issue. Her first taken issue was about, like, him backtracking, then it was just like, oh, but why did he tell me that he had a crush on her? Like, why did he say that? Do you know what I mean? Like, he didn't need to tell me that. That's a bit out of order. And I was just like, I mean, like, it's a good thing he told. I thought it was a good thing he told her, to be honest.
I didn't think that was honest.
Yeah.
So imagine, I'm like, you see, these are the bits that annoy me because then guys will always be like, women can't take honesty. And it, I was there, like, so you wanted him to lie to you. That wouldn't have been okay. He told you the truth. That's not okay. What can he do?
He can't win. Do you know what I mean? Seriously, she's too hungry. She's actually a bit too hungry, man. I'm not gonna lie. Any comments there?
KW says Arabella was thinking, how can he prefer her when my eyes are blue and green and my hair is blonde? That was the sentiment that I was getting from her as well.
It's so true. And Josh was implying the same thing.
Most definitely. She took his goofiness for weakness. Yes, she did. 353 says, yes, how do you claim someone with 2 one-night stands you have to see every day? Yeah. And then the guys are in the place, like, that's a lot for any man to be like, oh, I'm okay with this. Like, most people would be like, probably pick the wrong one here.
This is it. And the thing is, it's just like, I know it doesn't feel progressive, right? Do you know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, if she's doing consensual things, like, what is the issue? Do you know what I mean? Like, no one really wants to be judged for those types of things. But it's just like, I feel like we just pretend that we live in this world where everyone thinks like that, and they just don't. Do you know what I mean? They really don't. And it's just, yeah, unfortunate. And I think she's going in the vibe that she wants to settle down, but she's not acting like someone who wants to settle down. That's the thing. And I think, like, it's easy for anybody to pick up those vibes, because if you do want to settle down, you shouldn't be flirting with Tom on the date. Like, you flirting. Do you know what I mean? And everyone can see it. Do you know what I mean? So yeah. And yeah, it's true. She's got allegations. She's got cheating allegations. So
yes.
So yeah.
Like she's a cheater too. She is. So yeah.
So yeah.
No.
Allegedly anyway, but so yeah, we move on to Callum and Georgia S. Callum's like right out the bat, like, yeah, I missed you and stuff, but I heard you got history with my guy, so tell me what's up. And she basically tells a story which was not what I was thinking at all, but I get it now, because my guy Tom, when he was literally courting Georgia S, he drove from London to York with no phone to go and meet her, and just had her number on a piece of paper. And even Callum was just like, oh my God, that's really romantic.
Yeah. Like, he likes you, isn't it?
Yeah.
You can see his little heart being like, oh, okay,
wow.
So this dude's prepared to do things I'm not.
Yeah. And I think he's going to learn something, right? Because if he wants Georgia S, maybe this will help his, like, development, in a sense of like, okay, if you want to, like, because he was just like, oh, how can you beat that? It shows like what Molly's saying, what Molly's underlining issue is just like, you're not really showing any effort. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And it's like he's going to have to show some effort, because he's actually got direct competition from Tom. So you have to do something to show this girl that you like her. So we're going to see, is this in you, is it not? Unfortunately for Molly, if he does make an effort for Georgia S, she's gonna see it. It's gonna bun. It's gonna really hurt her.
Be pissed off.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
That thing of it's Georgia S again. Like, it's like so weird though when you get that with somebody, and it's like you kind of seem to like the same guys, and they kind of like you, and you kind of go round in circles. But yeah, if Molly is watching Callum put in hard graft, that's gonna piss her off properly.
Yeah, definitely. Abigail, same. Why didn't he have a phone? Really random. I
agree. I was like, he is gooby though, innit? There's something gooby about him. I could imagine he had just lost it, broken it, and decided I'm still gonna go and see her. Like, just one of those. He's that guy.
Yeah, definitely. But you know, they do have a good conversation, they hug it out, and yeah, they seem like they're fine. But I just don't trust Georgia Esto. I think she's gonna fuck this up. Like, I swear to God.
Yeah. She's
Maybe with
trying.
both of them.
I know she's trying to play it very open, and you know, I'm talking to both of you, but you know, all she needs is a date with one, and she's gonna catch feelings. And I think that she's gonna shake it up. Something's gonna go wrong for her because it's Georgia.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So Mitch and Libs, they have a bit of a conversation. Oh God, this was a bit of a long one. So Liberty basically snitched. Because this is everyone's favorite thing to do. And she's just like, someone told me that, you know, Mitch is just in there for clout, that they don't think that he's genuine, and that he would fuck her over in a second. Yeah. And Libby's basically saying, like, you know what, I'm not here for drama, so what the hell is this? Mitch is just like, yeah, I'm not here for drama too. And I was like, you are.
Every day drama.
You know what I mean? Seriously.
Oh my God.
And then he proceeds to say, like, oh, we've argued more than we've slept in the bed together. And it's just like, yeah, well, you're absolutely here for drama then, aren't you? Do you know what I mean? Like, you know, he did say to her, this is what I'm saying, nothing is a compliment from him, not fully. You can't take what he says seriously, because he was just like, yeah, you know, you're the only girl for me in here, actually, before Sophie came in. Sorry. Just so we don't have an argument over that too. I was just like, oh God, you're clunky. He's clunky with it. Like, he has no risk.
He just doesn't care. Like, the level of, I don't even have to lie or hide things from you, is so dramatic with that guy. Like, you're the one for me until the next person comes in, always, is what he's saying to her. And Liberty trying to have a decent conversation with this dude who doesn't like you is so infuriating. Like, I was literally like, oh my God, can she not read anything? Like, just leave him alone at this point. I'm actually beginning to feel sorry for Mitch. Like, just leave him alone.
But yeah, no, I totally agree with you. Like, I feel like there was nothing he said in that conversation that reassured her that these things were not true. Like, and that he was there for her. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, he reinforced that he's still open and looking at other people, and he was just more concerned about who said that I'm in here for clout than actually, no, I'm not that type of person. Do you know what I mean? Like, I just thought it was just so weird. And then Liberty just spills the beans and lets him know it was Anton. But I think, you know, obviously that was a blessing in disguise. We had no idea what was coming. Well,
I know. It was great for Anton, for real. But yeah, it was the tears from Liberty. I was like, why are you crying? If you're gonna tell this dude this, at least have your emotions in check so you can spill it properly, like, and be hard and have a decent conversation with him. Don't get emotional, so all he's got to do is hug you. I was like, oh my God, this girl is just terrible at this. Like, she's actually from the glue. It's terrible. But yes, no. And Mitch, why did he think he could take on Anton?
I don't know. It was so weird. In the hut, he was just like, yeah, Anton's taking my kindness for weakness. Huh? Like, what? What have you done for Anton, please? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? He really thought he was someone. So he goes to confront Anton in the kitchen, yeah? It's just like, okay. And Anton's got stature, right? And he's got strong posture. He was just like, yeah, okay, bring it on. Do you know what I mean? Like, where's this gonna go? So Mitch is just like, oh yeah, you've broken bro code. You've been chatting to Liberty behind my back. You've broken bro code. He's like, son, there's no bro codes. There's no bro code. There's right and wrong. I'm telling you my opinion. She asked my opinion, and I've told her. Do you know what I mean? It's not bro code. And he's just like, you know what? You're a bit of a dick. And I was just like, oh, that's bold coming from you, Mitch. But you know, He was just like, you shouldn't be talking in my business and that type of thing. Anton's like, nah, you know what? It's like, you don't do that, because obviously, like, you have to be truthful, and he's not going to drop his beliefs or his morals for Mitch. Essentially, he's not going to go against that. He talks to the girls in their house. Everybody knows that he talks to the girls, and he feels like it is his duty to be honest with him. And I was just like, oh my God, I love this. I actually love this. I was just like, Shaq would be proud. He would be so proud. Seriously.
It was, you know what? It was a Shaq read. It
really was.
Yeah, Shaq has delivered similar. Like, yes. It was just so spot on, like unflappable. You standing in front of me getting hit up, I don't even care. He really should have. You should have just been like, Mitch boy. Like, you just needed to boy him. It was brilliant.
Well, he did. He did. He really did. He's just like, you know what? You're not gonna out of all of this, this is what you're getting. You're not even gonna look into yourself. Do you know what I mean? And it's just like Mitch was trying to, I don't know, he was trying to back out. I think when Toby came over, he could see that he had bitten off more that he could chew. And then Anton was just like, listen, if your girl comes crying to me, asking me for advice, I'm going to give her advice. If you guys have been together for 7 days, and you've made her cry twice, I was just like, bars. Yeah. It was just like, look at yourself. Don't look at me. Be a man, not a boy. Or don't be a boy, be a man, or something like that. I was going to give you those. I should have gave you those lyrics in advance so you could rap them. But yeah. Because it was like, oh, you'll work on it, yes. But it was like he dropped the mic. It was just like, oh. And then you see Mitch just walking away. Anton, you're at your fine age, you're a fucking child. Babe,
it was like it didn't work.
It's not hitting.
He just needed to walk away, either turn back and be like, oh, shut up, and carry on going. But it was like, Mitch, that you can't beat that. Like, you're not gonna beat that. It was just be like, if you're such a man, why is it that you can't get a girl? That would have hit a little bit better.
Yeah, that's why none of the girls. Yeah, do you know what I mean? None of the girls fancy you, though, mate. You even got options. Do you know what I mean? You could have figured, but Mitch, he don't have it like that. He just doesn't have it like that at all. But it was a very fine. It was a very, very, very good moment. Do you know what I mean? And then Liberty's just sitting there looking like, oh, what the fuck have I just caused that?
No, it's Sherlock. Like, dummy. I mean, Anton did go up in my estimation, but Life of Bodge is very right. He says women like Anton until he's a dating option. And there must be something that falls short with Anton, because as a man, I think he seems cool. Like, you know, as people's friend, he seems to stand for something. But as a dating option, nobody seems to ever like him.
I think it is what Georgia H says later on, is that he probably comes on a little bit too strong. And then also as well, I think he's got too many isms. Do you know what I mean? He's very, very metrosexual, like his hair, his body, his mouth spray, all of that kind of stuff. That is very quirky for a lot of people. Do you know what I mean? Like, I just don't know, like, a lot of women don't want their men taking longer than them in the bathroom, like, and those kind of things. Do you know what I mean? They don't want to do that. Like, I know it's not necessarily, like, again, progressive, but like, a lot of women just don't like that. They don't like all that. You're fussing too much. You care too much. Do you know what I mean? I think it's those kind of things.
No, I see, but I feel like he would make a really good partner if you can get past all of those bits. Like, he has character traits that are really good. So hopefully he finds somebody. Right,
hopefully he does. Oh no, Yuande's not back. Just the spirit of Yuande is in the villa.
Yeah.
But that would be amazing if she did go back. Oh my God. And in the bedroom, does Ty have a song out? Because I swear the song was Ty's. It sounded like Ty to me. I don't know.
No, Ty does. Ty does have a tune out. Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. Maybe it was that.
He previewed the video maybe a couple of weeks ago. I haven't.
Is it featuring someone? Do you know?
Yeah. There was somebody kind of half singing on it, or were they rapping as
Okay,
well?
maybe it is.
So maybe you heard this tune for real.
Yeah, I think it was. And if so, that was really cool. But I didn't get a chance to check it. And then we see, like, in the bedroom when everyone's getting ready, they see Adapter talking to Georgia S. And she's basically spilling the Chris tea. Keep going. And she was just like, you know what, I couldn't, I was just like, are you for real? Like, actually for real? And I was thinking, yes, he is. He's absolutely for real. Do you know what I mean?
You see that, like, the penny can't properly drop because it is taking Chris for Egypt. Like, I'm going to settle with Chris because he's the clown and he's going to just love me. And then she can't believe that his head has turned for Sophie.
Yeah.
And it's like, really... it's just not, it's not connecting. It's like, no, it can't be that. It can't be that. And it's like, no,
but
it is.
It's 100% that. That's what it is. Seriously. Oh, hey, Cam.
Oh, hey, Cam. Hey.
How you doing?
Exactly. Adapter. For real. You think, I swear you have A words in front of you. I swear.
You know what's so funny as well, yeah? Like, just a sidebar, yeah? There's a game, yeah, that we play that's about, like, naming things, different things on the alphabet. Like, like, I'm good at that game.
It's true. Yes, Dammy J. Arabella thought she was irreplaceable.
Honestly.
Like, Chris. She thought Chris is gonna be thinking, oh my God, I've lucked out getting her. And that isn't the case.
It just isn't. It really just isn't at all. And you know what comes to mind? New York, when she cussed out Gemma Collins, and she's just like, someone lied to that girl. That's the line that comes to mind. Someone lied to her. Seriously, because girl, you cannot really expect this reaction. You're really going on like he's done the most, like he's done a major violation, and he really hasn't at all. So Toby is, Toby, I think because she was talking to Georgia S, so that's Toby's bed as well. And Toby's just like, oh, you can stay if you want. And she was just like, I wish I could. And Chris was just like, oh no, you're being salty. Like, why are you being salty? But yeah, in the morning, there's a lot going on. Mitch, Toby, Callum, and Chris. Mitch basically is still annoyed that Anton stuck his 2 pence in his business. He's like, stay out of my business, like, because bro, you don't talk like that, so just relax.
Such a beg. But also, why would you be excited to meet Anton? Like, what is wrong with Mitch? Vocalize it. What is wrong with you?
Why would you tell anyone? Why would you tell? Even they were laughing. The boys were laughing. Like, and then Chris is just like, yeah, don't be your heroes, mate. Like,
literally like, oh my God.
I know I like Love Island, but you'll be that, like, seriously, I like it, but I'm not going to be, I don't idolize anybody.
Imagine, I can't wait to meet Anton. Like, that is wild. Mitch is such an idiot. Strange. And the fact that Mitch is an idiot and Liberty still fancies the pants off him is beguiling to me. Like, what is wrong with that girl?
Exactly. Yeah. It's worrying. And the fact, and what makes me even more worried is that, Kaz, that's your friend. That's seriously.
Your best friend.
Your best friend.
Your best friend.
Oh, mate, seriously, that was a lot. Liberty is saying now that she's going to forget Mitch, do you know what I mean? And just, like, literally, she doesn't want it. She doesn't want the ag. She thinks it's stressy and messy. Molly was saying that her date with Tom really caught her off guard and she really liked that. Sophie was like, I've had more dates last night than I've had in the whole of 2023, which I thought was very funny. Georgia S thinks her 2 connections, one with Callum and one with Tom, are very genuine, so she's going to explore that. She is in her element right about now, seriously. She's definitely in her element. Oh, I think there was like Abacus, Tyler, and Callum. They were chatting, but my note is that she chats too much. Like I didn't really take in what she was saying. No, she was saying. Say it again.
She was saying the same thing, innit? It's like
Yeah.
I can't
she
believe
did say she was gonna talk to Josh, and that they had been eye fucking each other. Just like, okay, cool. So you're so into Chris, but you're eye fucking Josh. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, what are you mad about again? Like, I just don't like. Sorry, no. Yes, free. Tyler does love gossip.
It's okay for her to be stacking her options, and then when Chris does it, it's all out sacrilege. Precisely. You know what, Tyler does love gossip, but so does Callum.
Callum's a chatty patty. He is a chatty patty. He really is.
I can't. When all of the guys were saying Callum is out of order, I see it now. Callum is. Yeah. Like he is.
I mean, okay, fine. He is. He is. Yes, first look, thank you so much. We'll get to that in a bit. Yes, so as Abacus is talking to Tyler and Callum, she spots out the corner of her eye Sophie and Chris walking together, and I think he says to her like, let's hold hands or something like that. It seemed like a very throwaway slight thing. Do you know what I mean? They held hands while they're walking to a next location. She's seen this and she's lost her shit basically. She's so upset. She's like, that's a madness. It's not a madness, babe. It's not a madness. You're using the word wrong. It's not a madness. It's not.
But you see, with somebody else, another guy would have been like, nah, that ain't that big a deal, you know?
Yeah.
But because it was Callum. Nah, I think that's a bit out of order as well, you know. I can't lie.
He did rubbing salt in the wounds. That's rubbing salt in the wounds.
Callum, this is you, yeah? Like, wow.
Callum's here for it. He's so here
Callum
for it.
Callum is a snake. And you're not even on her. Like, literally for shits and giggles, he decided to just stir some shit up. Yeah. I was like, all right, maybe Callum and Molly are playing a game. They are little.
They're plants. They're ops. They're industry ops plants.
Yeah. I was like, okay, Callum. All right.
Seriously. So Callum's like, what are you gonna do? She's like, crack on with Josh. I'm like, serious. You know, but she's actually mad. She's mad. She's like, you know, he's moving on so quickly. You know, she's talking to Josh. So she goes and talks to Josh, and she's just like, you know, I'm really annoyed at Chris again because he's moving on so quickly. It's the same story again. And she's just like, but no, actually, we do gravitate towards each other, though. You and I, Josh, we gravitate towards each other. And actually, we have the most sexual tension. He said that, like, we have the most sexual tension. Yeah, we're the most sexual people in here. It's just like, oh, it's very dangerous. It's just like, well, what? Why are you mad again? So I'm just like, I don't get it.
Even that convo with Josh, I was like, Josh he's a chancer anyway. Yeah. When she started, I think he really was like, hang on, is she kind of coming? Like, is she making a play for me? I'm not even too sure. He just seemed to be going along with it. Like, you never know, maybe I'm going to get some pum out of this. But I don't think Josh was really, I don't think Arabella was in his top 3. I don't think he was really watching her. Like, actually, I'm gonna graft this chick. Like, she just planted a seed, and he's like, well, wherever it grows, it can grow.
And the thing is, what you're saying is right, because it's just like, well, he doesn't have to graft, does he? Do you know what I mean? Because she's now decided now it's your turn. Like,
yeah. He was minding his own business. Like, he doesn't care.
They're just like, okay, cool, seriously. But yeah, maybe that's the most compatible for what, you know, for who they are. Maybe that is the best mix for them. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, that is true. Birds of a feather. For real.
There was this other scene where we see Hannah and Tyler, which I'm sick of. I don't want to see it. And, you know, Tyler's just like, oh, I feel so comfortable around you. And Hannah's just like, I'm a slow burner. And then I did right. I can't stand her. And then Tyler starts going on about he likes PDA. Are you trying to convince this woman to do PDA? No, I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. Thank you, Hannah, for being a slow burner. Thank you. And also, you don't really like the guy. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And this is the thing. It's just like, you're such a clown. You're a clown, Tyler. You're a clown.
It's actually embarrassing at this moment. To get tied by Hannah is embarrassing. And I cannot get away from this is a setup. Like, I feel like this is producer led, because this isn't life. This isn't okay. But yeah, exactly. Erin J. Tyler just looks pathetic at this point. He does.
Honestly. Looking
like an absolute doofus. But he needs to go home as well. He really needs to leave as soon as possible, because this isn't helping. This isn't helping him.
Yeah. No, not at all. Tom and George S, they chat, you know, just talking about it's a nice situation, you know. I think that at some point she was just like, oh, like he said something about, oh, I can never be annoyed at you. And she was just like, no, I'll just do puppy eyes. And I just thought, white women, that's what you do.
Over lie. Same thought went through my mind. Exactly the same thought. I was like, okay, here we go. Yeah.
This is it. Sonia said Alabama just dated a multi-millionaire and she is back on Love Island with these small boys. She needs to take her life more seriously. Absolutely. Seriously.
You know, she's absolutely losing it. You know, when you've had that sauce and then it starts to run dry as time goes on. That's why she's kind of spiraling with Chris as well. It's all a part of the same thing. Yeah. Because that would be, can you imagine, like, you got to I'm with a multi-millionaire and then and then you got to come back onto Love Island. Boy, her ego is scrambling.
Mad thing. It doesn't even make sense. Like, her best bet should have been Love Island Games to gain an international audience, because even if you're pursuing like a career as an actress or something like that, you coming onto UK Love Island, what is that doing for you, really? Like, honestly,
I would think that because if you think about it, her and Megan are not too dissimilar looking women, but Megan has a bit more about her. And obviously, you know, Megan is also bisexual. So I think, you just go with Megan over her. Yeah. I bet she would have tried to get on that. Definitely.
Makes sense. So yeah, we get to nighttime and the boys start to get on to Chris about Chris revealing to Affiliate that he had a crush on Sophie, and he was just like, but hold on a second, I was being honest and open. Do you know what I mean? Like, you know, and I'm even thinking, like, was that too much? I don't think it was too much, you know. Callum reveals that, you know, being a chatty patty was just like, yeah, she was fuming, you know. And then Chris starts to get annoyed. I do think they've edited something, because that jump was just insane. It looks insane. Do you know what I mean? So it just seemed like, are you okay? Like, maybe you do. I think it was a dummy, I can't remember. Someone said like he needs to talk to a therapist. Like, bro, if that is your 0 to 60, you might need to talk to someone, bro. If you're not aware, that seems like anger issues. Like, seriously.
I think whatever it is that he opened up about, why he generally guards his feelings, I think Arabella told Callum this as well. And then was like, and I don't believe him now because he's being disingenuous about it. And I think that's the span of it. Like, even when Callum was like, don't shoot the messenger, I think there was way more detail. And even when they were talking as well later, when it comes to it, they still don't go into the crux of whatever it is that he said to her. So And yeah, I think that was the escalation in his emotions, and then the de-escalation in shutting down and being very cold. When you've given somebody, you're in shame now. So all whatever goes, because you've shamed me. So how I treat you now is how I'm going to treat you. But I think they lift out the crucial parts of the context so that Arabella comes off as a victim, and she isn't. I think she betrayed his confidence.
Yeah, and you can see it.
You can do that with Callum, and Callum ain't gonna back you because he's a flipping snake. So yeah, he's the perfect person.
No, I don't think Callum's a snake. I think he's a chatty patty. I think that he's a chatty patty. I don't think he's actually a snake. I don't think he's a snake.
Callum's got no loyalty to no guy and nobody in there anyway. But
no, he doesn't. He doesn't. I think like Chris, so Chris basically, do you know what I mean? Like, was just really, he was showing in that clip, like he was really annoyed that she's overreacting over him holding someone's hand. Do you know what I mean? And the boys also do tell him that she is now getting to know Josh. So Chris, he's just like, do you know what I mean? Like, he's upset. He's actually upset. And he's upset about, do you know what I mean? Like her saying, I'm disingenuous after he's been vulnerable. And she just doesn't like what he's doing. So yeah, it was just a bit like, oh my God, I don't even know where this is going to go. Molly and Georgia S. Was it Georgia S? Yes. Yeah. In the makeup room, they're talking. And Molly out of nowhere just asked Georgia S, how are you getting on with Callum? Do you know what I mean? And then Abacus just jumps in and just like, so stay away from my man. Seriously. Hey, Sarah Destiny, how you doing? You right? She's saying hi on Instagram. Hope you're well. Hope everything is good. Yes, we need to do a link up. We actually do need to do a link up with Sarah and probably Cam as well. Kind of thing. We need to make it happen.
Yeah, I'll get these sorted.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So yeah, sorry. So yeah, they were just Abacus was just like, so stay away from my man, and it's just like, oh my God, like, why are you trying to stir the pot? Do you know what I mean? Like, first of all, you need to concentrate on your own situation, before you're trying to make other people feel away, because like, I'm just like, are you trying to spread misery and insecurity because you are? Like, no, I don't like it. I don't like it. And then, she was there, it's time to bring the, Alaska bad bitch back. Nah, I was just like, nah, not in that outfit. No, it was horrible.
What was going on with everybody's outfit? Actually, I think Kaz looks all right. I thought I missed something, and this was another costume night.
Oh, really?
He walked past, and I was like, "What the hell is Liberty wearing?" And then I saw Shining, and I was like, "Oh, it's a theme night." But this is a theme night, obviously. And then Hannah came on, and I was like, "What is going on here? I can't even spot the theme."
Wait. Sorry, no. Let's pause on Hannah, because what was that? What was that? Was that like Cowboy Barbie? Like what was going on?
That's what I was thinking. I was like, is this like a kind of like glam cowboy night or so? I was so like, why are they wearing this? But Hannah, though, why was she wearing that? Like,
I don't know. It's just
I don't even know
awful.
what era that's from. Like, I was literally like, what is she doing?
2000s? I don't know. Like, I really don't know. It was just horrible, and I was just like, this is terrible. Like, and it was like, obviously, like, as we get later on, but there was just different shots of her, like you could see her. I was like, what is it? Like, it was annoying me so much. Like, what is going on?
I was so baffled. Like, how did she see that on the hanger and be like, oh yes, that's what I'm wearing tonight?
Yeah,
I think she is doing this to turn off Tyler. And also for Tyler, she's in that. Are you still trying to pursue her?
This is what I'm saying. That you're looking at her and you're like, yeah, that's nice.
It's wild. They all look crazy. they all
out of
looked
order.
mad as hell. But Kaz, I think, looked slightly okay. Abacus, what, I don't even know what was the semblance of that. The see-through top thing to the skirt to the boot, like all of it just.
Do you know what it was giving? It was her outfit in particular was giving Westworld. That's what her outfit was giving. I was just like, what is this?
Yeah.
I did not like it at all.
I couldn't place it. I was like, what were you guys trying to do? What was the theme? What were you rushed and you just had to fling on any clothes? Like, what was going on? And Liberty just looked mad. I was like, you know, what are you wearing? You're in like hot pants, a little top, your red lips. What's happened here? This is great.
He's fancy dress, by the way. Hey Babita, how you doing? Georgia H and Kaz, they were chatting. They had a bit of a chat. As always, Georgia H has come for advice from Kaz because that's the only reason Kaz exists in this world, to give advice to other people in the relationship.
That is her totality of screen time at this moment in time, is the advice. Universal
best friend with great advice. Yes.
Yeah.
So basically she was just Georgia H was basically like explaining her issue with Anton, that she thinks he's a really nice guy, but you know the spark just isn't there, and she's just really confused about, like, you know, should I really be giving this a full go, or am I just leading him on, and is it going to end in tears? Hey Abner. Yeah. And, you know, Kaz is just like, yeah, you know, he's fine. I'll be flirting with him all the time. Like, Anton is just a play.
Although I still have hope. I don't know. Something in me, like Kaz and Anton, literally just for the show so that they can stay in. I feel like it would be a good play for her. Yeah. Because they seem to have a closeness. Like, she doesn't mind Anton leaning on her. So maybe just for the show, they should just experiment, see how it goes.
Yeah, there is. Yeah, it's true. See, hey, did I say hey to Abs already? I think so.
Yeah.
Hey, Ab. So yeah, they were chatting about that. Then George H goes to speak to Anton. What's that?
353 says, did you see Tyler bring Kaz a drink before her sit down with Georgia H?
Oh, I did.
I didn't know that.
But I did see them sitting and talking together, but the editing was weird because when we get there, but the editing was weird. They were watching the conversation go on, but then the wide shot had Kaz in at the other side, and it was just like, nah, something's off there.
Yeah, but yes, I noticed that the flow of it. Yeah. But okay, so we'll watch this space.
Okay, cool. But Kaz did look amazing though. I did look at when she was talking to George H. I was just like, oh, you are a very beautiful woman. So yeah. I don't know what people are playing at. So yeah, Georgia H talks to Anton. She's just like, and before she could even talk, because she was just taking long to get to the point anyway, Anton was just like, look, I think you're thinking that this is not going in the right direction, you know, and you know, she just thought like sometimes it's like, you know, coming on a little bit too strong. And he's just like, you know what? He was just reassuring her, essentially. He's just like, look, we can go at your pace, you know? But he did leave that conversation feeling more confused in the first place. Just like, yeah, if I'm trying to show you that I'm on it, then I have to do a bit more. Do you know what I mean? So what kind of is this anyway? But he agreed, let's progress at your speed. And that's it. So then the girls are chatting, and this was a difficult scene, I think. Anyway, Sophie, to me, if you watch Real Housewives of Lagos, there's a character called Faith, and the way that she sits with her posture and everything, Sophie was giving that to me. Like, I'm just sitting here, everyone's chatting, but I'm just here. That's what it is. But she was sitting and she wasn't given anything. She was conserving her energy. And you see that what do you call it? Apparatus was just there, like just chatting. She was just chatting so much. Like, I don't know how he can move on so fast. I don't know what's happened in the last 24 hours. I was thinking Sophie's right fucking there. That's what's happened. Like, and then she's like, oh,
what happened? Sophie's coming.
Yeah, exactly.
You were flirting with Tom. you've got history with another guy in here. That's what's happened in 24 hours.
That's what's happened. You don't know. Are you dumb? Like, what's wrong with you? And then she's just like, and this is, I'm just like, you are so passive aggressive. Like, Soph, did he grab your hand? Did he do that? Yeah. Did he grab your hand? And Soph's just like, oh, yeah, he did. I don't even know how that happened. And then I just see a wayward hand running it through Sophie's hair. Who the fuck
was that?
And did you not see that?
No.
I was just like, what the hell is going on? Like, there was literally, she was off camera and someone's hand. And I was thinking, who the hell is, because the way they done the shot, you couldn't see who it was. And it was only till later, it was fucking Hannah. What are you doing? Don't do that. Like, just don't do that. Just don't do that. It irks me so much. What's wrong with you? And yeah. But like, anyway, with when she was talking about Sophie and Chris holding hands, even Liberty's jumping in. She's just like, yeah, but you know, Chris is like really touchy-feely. And Apparatus is just like, oh, well, you know, because he's friends with you, then that's fine. But he told me he likes her. So there's more to it. All this time, yeah, Georgia H and Molly look bored.
Because they'd probably been listening to her waxing on about this for flipping hours, chatting for no reason. They were all bored. I think that's why they were egging her on to leave. I think they were all like, we've heard this to death now. This is enough. Like,
go and talk to him. Yeah. This is not what it is. Hey Abyss, by the way. Hey, how you doing? This is just go and talk to him. So she does. She goes and talks to him, and it is, oh mate, it was a painful conversation to watch, actually. Do you know what I mean? Because Chris was just like zen in his power, basically. And she was not. He's just like, she was basically trying to saying the same thing again. You changed so quickly. I thought that we could have worked on the outside. I'm hurting. Chris is breaking it down, like trying to stick to the facts. I had a conversation with Sophie. Next thing I hear is that you're fuming at me before I'm holding Sophie's hand. She was like, you know, but you know, yesterday you did say that you wouldn't do anything in front of me. And he's just like, yes, I apologize for that. And it was at that point I realized we've missed a whole section. Because where did you apologize? I didn't see that. No one saw where you apologized the first time. So his thing is like, I've apologized already and you're still moving mad. Like, what's your problem? Do you know what I mean? So she's just like, I'm annoyed, but she starts raising her voice a little bit. I don't think it was significant, to be honest, if I'm being honest, but he's just like, can you dial it back a bit? And I was just like, oh God, you're in trouble now.
I believe that is fair to say.
Yes.
I know I'm in the minority. I've looked through comments on various posts, and for some reason, when you tell somebody to calm down when they're getting a bit het up and you're not het up as well, that's called gaslighting or being a narcissist. How? Like,
No, but no, it is. No. Okay, we're on different sides. We're on different sides of this. Because he was playing her. He was controlling. He was basically controlling in that moment because she's allowed to feel frustrated. She's allowed to feel what she feels. She could be wrong, but she can feel what she feels and she can express it. She wasn't shouting. She just raised her voice a little bit. And he was dialing back. It was very controlling.
That's not fair, because this is the thing. It's like, why is it somebody can be aggressive towards you and you must take it? I don't have to. I tell you, if we are going to carry on in this conversation, let's keep our tone equal. So, because I don't want to be shouting at you and I don't want to be shouted at. There is nothing wrong with telling somebody that. How can I? They're getting loud and I should just take their fury. No, piss off with that.
No. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, I don't think that she was getting super loud. Like, do you know what I mean? I don't think it was like
She was
feed.
leaning a bit to him. She was leaning a bit.
She was leaning a bit, but it was so slight, yeah, that it didn't warrant that patronizing tone.
No. Sometimes you love to say well. Sometimes you got to tell people to reduce it.
100%. But like, if she was moving mad, yes. But no, Chris knew exactly what he was doing, and he knew what buttons to press, and he'd done it on purpose, which is very calculating, which is why he needs therapy. Seriously. But yeah.
No. The comments were going off on him, and I'm like, did I watch something else? To me,
no, she weren't moving fully mad at that moment. She just wasn't. Okay,
that's why he didn't want it to get there. So he was like, oh, let's take it down a bit so we can carry on talking. But
that's fine. Because it might not have got there. It might go, but okay, fine. I'm not, to be fair, I don't care about her. So what am I even doing? Anyway, Apparatus was just like, you know what? I genuinely like you. I really did. Do you know what I mean? And Chris is like, you know what? I didn't really want to hurt your feelings. That was not my intention, you know? And she's just like, she was then saying, I opened up to you and you've thrown it back in my face. But while she's doing this, she's putting in at Sophie by doing that. That's what she said. So I'm just like, are you fucking kidding me? And Chris is now so super calm, and he's just like, yeah, but I haven't called you disingenuous, babe. And it was that babe. You see that babe, yeah? That baby was just like, you're finished tonight. You're done. You're finished. It's over tonight. She should have known anyway when they sat down, yeah, when he was just caught, she should have known. But yeah, it was a lot. So, you know, and she's trying to protest her case. She's saying, you know, 2 guys have walked in and I haven't even looked at them. And Chris is like, but you didn't fancy them. You know, you didn't actually fancy them, you know, like you told me that you didn't fancy Tom, and now you're saying that you did fancy Tom. Which one is it? Like, she was catching herself and the desperation was just it was just leaking.
Everywhere.
Yeah, it engulfed the villa. Because everyone is literally watching on. They should have had popcorn, really and truly, you know.
They were literally in a line, like this was spectator sport.
Yeah.
Like, it was quite funny when that shot went to them and they're all there like, oh, with their gold goblets. That was a cute thing. But even that, when he was responding to her, again, people were like, that's gaslighting. I really...
When he was responding, at that point? Yes, no, I don't. Yes. I don't think that. No, I don't agree with that. I think she was fine. I think he was fine in what he was saying. She called him out for being patronizing. He was being patronizing. Do you know what I mean? If it was like she said, you're why are you being patronizing? He said, I'm not. He was being patronizing. He actually was. But do you know what I mean? Like, I kind of feel like it is what it is.
How is it patronizing to go over what somebody has said to you previously and now they're trying to lie and you're just telling them that this is a lie that you're saying?
Because your tone is not just about the fact that you're saying, it's your tone and how you're saying it. Do you know what I mean? And how you're trying to he buoyed her off. He actually buoyed her off in that conversation without swearing and stuff. But he buoyed her off. His whole mannerism. Not lie, but he was patronizing. Like, just because she's in the wrong doesn't mean he wasn't also patronizing. He was patronizing, but 2 things can be true at the same time.
Okay, so patronizing for me is treating somebody childlike. Yes. In an explanation, like their mentality is not able to deal with the information that you're giving them. Having a retort when somebody is lying to you, I don't see how that even comes under patronizing. You're lying, so I should take your lie and be like, they kind of lied and run with it. But if I come back to you lying to me, You're trying to spin another narrative that isn't taking place. I'm patronizing that I came back to you.
I
That's
think
crazy.
no, I don't think it's that. It was like maybe before the lie with the babe and the, do you know what I mean? Like things like that. His tone was very kind of like, you understand what I'm saying, don't you? Like, do you know what I mean? Like it was all kind of like a bit of that. And then she was scrambling, and then so she got caught up in the lie. Do you know what I mean? And it was just going back and forth of this whole kind of like this very gay, but he was patronizing. He was.
I don't think it's patronizing. Shayla, I'm not a Chris stan at all, actually. I think people are right, but I'm not a stan of anybody. I can see where he was faulty, but I think she was way more out of pocket than him.
No. I'm not saying. I agree with her. I agree with you. So in that sense, she's definitely out of pocket. You know, I'm not a fan, but I will also point out where Chris was wrong, and he's not a saint in that. He won, but he wasn't a saint, and he knew exactly what he was doing. Do you know what I mean? But yeah. So like
she's used to using her beauty, and he was like, I'm not spellbound by your beauty. And that was literally it. It was like, you can't come and try and be like, I'm the most beautiful one, and you should be grateful for me. That is patronizing. Like he should be spellbound by her. Like that's crazy. No, I'm not gonna have it.
Well, this is why he's breaking up with her in the first place, isn't it? Because he's like, no, you can't do that to me. You can't do that to me. I'm not on that. I'm not that kind of guy. I'm not on it at all. So they continue talking, and you know, he's like, please don't raise your voice at me. Oh, I'm not going to talk to you. That's a threat. And she's just like, oh my god, whatever. And then he was just like, you know what? Stop interrupting. And then she interrupts him again, and then she then threatens him. Chris, don't mess with me. She said, don't mess with me. Who do you think you are? That's what I was thinking. Who do you think you are? I just couldn't believe it.
And you see how she calmly said it as well. That time
yes,
she could
exactly. Because now she's playing his game. Now she's like, okay, I see what game you're playing. I'm gonna play your game. Do you know what I mean? So she's like, she had to adjust herself, and then she started playing his game. Serious. And then he's just like, you know, everybody knows I don't like talking about how I feel. You know, you asked why am I like this? I told you, and you know how many people I've told in my life? He was vexed. He was pain. But at that point, he was being shouty. Do you know what I mean? And that's a double standard. That's what you call a double standard right now. And then, you know, she goes into this whole thing about, you know why I asked you, because I like you, you know, and he's just like, but you know, and I wanted to reciprocate all of this stuff, but you went 100 to 0 so quickly. Chris is like, I was transparent. I said what I said. I held someone's hand, and now you're fuming. And I've already apologized for doing that because that was a genuine mistake. And she's saying, I accepted your apology. So I was just like, then why are we even here? At that point, I was just like, why are we even here? If you've accepted his apology, we shouldn't be here. So that's disingenuous, to be honest. And and he's just like, yeah, well, sorry, I can't be with someone who asks me to be open, and then when I'm open, they throw it back in my face. And she's like, I can't be with someone that can't communicate. And then so it's done. And
it's like that was a lie, because really she said at his over communication. I was literally like, Arabella, you're an idiot, and I'm glad you're feeling this, because I remember when Yewande was coming to talk to you about the way you and Danny were going on, you weren't thinking about my feelings, and her response was, that's how it is though, we like each other, you just got to deal with it. So now there we are, the karma just played out.
Here we are. Sometimes life is like that. Sometimes life is like that. It's not fair. Do you know what I mean? She gets up, she walks away, she nearly chokes on a drink. It's like, babe, slow down. Breathe, slow down.
The karma wasn't finished yet.
It wasn't finished.
And you need a little bit more pepper in there as well. But I'm just glad that she's experienced this, and I wish more people would know how to actually read between the lines of editing as well, because yes, Chris's tone, but I think there's a whole chunk of why he was so cold towards her that we weren't shown. And I think it's because she let off whatever they spoke about, she started telling people about it. Because the girl don't stop talking. She was in her mouth like constantly. And it's like, no. When you've given off a piece of vulnerability to somebody and they throw it in your face, it is it goes into your spirit. Like you're literally like, I'm off that person straight away. And that's why he was like that to her. It's her fault. It's not him. I don't even think he needs therapy. It's her fault. It's Arabella. She caused it.
No, I think he still needs to work on himself a little bit, mate. I'm not gonna lie. But the girls huddle, Apparatus is there, you know, saying like he opened up to me and pulled back as soon as something new and shiny comes in. And I was just like, you're taking the fucking piss. And this is why these things happen to you. Because Sophie is a person. She's a person. She's not an object. She's not a thing. Do you know what I mean? Like, I was just like, nah, how dare you dehumanize her? Who do you think you are? This is why people don't like you.
Exactly that. You're a class A bitch. And he saw through that. When he had her first off and he was like, I don't know, I think maybe she's a bit aggressive. Or he was like, she's too confident. Like he had read her. Chris didn't even need to talk to her. Like he had already summed up. He got Arabella already anyway. Like he didn't even really need to go there. But we also have to remember it's only 2 days. Like she's going nuts for a dude that you was only chatting to for like 3 days. Yeah, like that's balmy. He had a lucky escape.
The way she spiraled was just absolutely like I couldn't believe it. And that's the thing. It's just like for her to come in the girls' huddle and say that about Sophie after the passive aggressive she done before she went to talk to Chris as well. Like who the fuck do you think you are, really and truly? Do you know what I mean? Like honestly, you get what you put out, you know.
Yeah, exactly. And she received it. Now she's reeling. But again, I don't know why. I guess it's like that group mentality. Nobody can't be like, you know, you've probably played this wrong. Like I'm not saying they even have to go at her, but just somebody to be a voice of reason. Like you probably played this all wrong, you know, if you really like him, like the how you handled this whole situation. But they're always like, I can't believe it. I can't believe he spoke to you like that. That's so out of order. He knew what he was doing.
It was only Hannah really saying that, like he's dumb, because it was just mainly Hannah. It was just her loud voice that I was hearing. And I think like sometimes as well, she's so loud. Sometimes as well, when people feel that other people have more power than them in a group situation, and that person is hurting, or there's, you know, do you know what I mean? They get their comeuppance in some sort of way. Like people are still silent. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Because they actually know what it is. They actually are slightly reveling that she's hurt now. Do you know what I mean? They're actually doing that. So of course they're not going to say anything because they want you to fail at the same time. Like that still applies. Right? Do you know what I mean? So I'm not surprised because they don't like her, because actually also as well, she's a threat to every single one of their relationships. She was talking about, what did she say? She said something like, I could have coupled up with anyone in the villa.
That came out of her mouth, you know. She actually truly said that. I could have picked anybody, but I thought there would be something on the outside with Chris, is why I selected him. She's crazy.
She is so, what's the word? Like, she's deluded. She's so deluded, yeah. And so like, she's so into herself that she doesn't see that this is such an insult to every single person around her. Like, who do you think you are? And then and then also you're assuming that you make good decisions. You made a bad decision. Because really and truly, anyone should have known from when Chris kissed Molly, that's not for you. Do you know what I mean? You don't do that. Guy's moving. He was moving mad. Yeah. And that's the person that you chose that you can work with on the outside. You no, your head is broken.
She totally thought, nah, he's punching. He's gonna be so gassed that he's even been able to get me. Life comes at you fast. It's humbling. Yes, as Babita said, she's up her own ass. She is.
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, you know, as he even said when he was talking to the guys, just within 24 hours, feeling close enough to Sophie to just be at ease with her, he had to be like, what is that? It's
but
not
I do
all about
think, but this is the thing, but like, yes, but there is that though, like, he's a 33-year-old man who finds comfort in a 25-year-old girl. Do you know what I mean? Like, kind of thing, because she's shy and all this kind of stuff. So there is that, you know, okay, Chris.
I would say their age gap though is pretty standard for most relationships in this age.
Okay.
For a man and a woman, it's pretty standard. I think it's the average is like 6 to 7 years age gap. Seems to be the kind of the mix of things.
Yeah,
for a standard man. So yeah, but her vibe is more friendly anyway. Everything is about Arabella. Like it's her tune, and then you're gonna slot in. So if you're able to just vibe with somebody who is going to listen to you and talk, you may be like, actually, I prefer to spend time with this girl over this one who is just going to chew my ear off. Like, it's how it goes. Yeah.
I just think like when we see Apparatus like crying, she's just like, you know, obviously she's never expected Chris to be like this and everything like that. Like, do you know what I mean? But like, I was just like, she's crying, but like, I know this is not necessarily politically correct, but I just don't think she understands that she really gives off hoe vibes, and like people don't like that.
It's the truth, though. It's the truth. I mean, somebody also said, like, I also think that he thought archaeology was too old, and I agree. I think when he is thinking about it, I think he is thinking, yeah, she probably is, although they are the same age. But I think for man years, that they don't generally go with the same age.
But can you see that's not great for Chris? Like, it's not great.
I think it's because it's not just him, is why I'm like not placing it on Chris. I think it is a standard thought process at this moment in time that most men in their 30s are generally chasing that kind of 25, 26-year-old woman. Like that's the one they're gonna go and marry. So yes, although they're age mates, I do think he would probably be like, if she's not exceptionally great, I would prefer the young, shy one. I think that's just standard, man.
Moldable.
Yes.
Will laugh at all my jokes, won't go too deep, all of that kind of stuff.
Can we not say Arabella has been doing the same with her 24-year-old men?
Yes. Don't get me wrong. I don't have any love for this girl at all. Like I said, was it yesterday? She gives off predator vibes. She definitely gives some predator vibes, because what are you doing with Tom? honestly. And then for him to turn around and talk about it as just a fling, that he doesn't even put you,
even he weren't even on it. Like
he didn't rate you, mate. I don't know. I just think like Chris on his own, do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, like him, but don't like your actions. And then also as well, like, I hope like Sophie's just not getting caught up in this crossfire thing. Do you know what I mean? I hope he just didn't spot that, he didn't make the play anyway. Do you know what I mean? To be part of him leaving this woman. Do you know what I mean? Because now I've got the perfect excuse. Actually, I'm interested in someone else. She's there. She's nice. Look at you. And I know that you're actually going to wind yourself up to a point of destruction anyway. And now we're done.
For what he did, I could understand Arabella's reaction if he had lipped her in that conversation, like Tyler.
Oh, yeah.
If he was Tyler, I understand her reaction to it. But he walked over to where they're going to talk, kind of loosely holding her hand. That's crazy to be all up in smoke over that. That's actually like,
That is
and it is like, I'm reading the comments like, so is nobody seeing that her reaction to a handhold is a huge red flag? Like, this is nuts.
Honestly,
and we're not inclusive. Nobody's talking about that. We're talking about Chris's tone. Like, come on, man.
No, we can talk about both things. Like, but overall, like, yeah, she played herself. She absolutely played herself. Honestly, she really did. So we see at the start of Sophie and Chris having a conversation. She's answering him like, okay, so what happened in that conversation? Then they get a text. Josh starts shouting out, and for some reason I've written that he's a stupid hoe and he should be in the Australian version.
No, he should. Josh is just so, that's the best term. He is a stupid hoe. There's just no way around it. It's just a billhead. Like it's true.
And so we've decided that we've come to the point of recoupling. So obviously we know already that Tom and Sophie are being coupled with someone that they went on the dinner dates with, and the public vote is revealed. Tom is coupled up with Molly. Don't know why they done that, but okay, cool. And then Sophie. Well, actually, to be fair, I'm not mad at it, but I think it would have been more drama if it was what do you call it, Georgia S. It would have been more drama. But
I know what you're saying. I wanted Molly to just crack on elsewhere. Like, I don't want to see Molly crying anymore. I'm getting sick and tired of that. So it's like, cool. Let's place her with Tom.
Yeah, no, definitely. And Sophie, oh, man, she got Josh.
Short end of the stick, boy.
Public just fails, man. Did you vote?
No, because they only give you like 25 minutes.
Yeah.
Vote. But I understand why the public did that though, because from their dates, that's who she seemed to be vibing with him. Definitely,
it did look like it. It's not. I'm not gonna lie. It did.
And Josh is an arsehole. But I also like it for the fact of, obviously, that's who Arabella was like, I'm gonna crack on with, and now he's with Sophie. Yes. So it's a double. So she must hate Sophie.
She's gonna hate Sophie. She's gonna, unfortunately. Yeah. So the public want Georgia S and Callum so bad. They really do. Pseudo chic. Yeah, they really do. Yeah.
And I don't know.
Okay. I'm gonna line up first look.
Yeah. I don't mind Georgia S and Callum. They probably deserve each other because Callum now is firmly in my snake book.
Oh, really? Oh, why? Yeah. No, he's just a chatty patty. I don't know why. I just don't think he's that bad. Like, no. And also, Fred, I want better for Callum as well, actually, because Georgia S, boy.
Georgia S, she's not a catch. I don't know, but I don't know. Maybe they suit each other. I'm not sure. Callum, because I'll put him on the fence. Maybe in the next few days he can redeem himself. But I don't know what it is that I don't mind when a girl does it. I'm not too sure. It's probably just my bias. But when a man is a bit of a chatty patty, like they just
I know really you don't respect it, do you?
No, I'm like, this
No, Georgia, honestly, what is the real difference between Abacus and Georgia S?
No, the same. Just the display of it. It's the confidence level of it, the display, but they are the same woman. They're just at two different ends.
Yeah. That's the thing.
They are. Yeah, they're the same.
I feel like they're the same. Okay, let me line this up. Hopefully I got it right.
KW says, I don't mind Callum. He's too empty-headed to be vindictive. Nah, man. Don't underestimate that dude, you know.
Seriously? No, he's not that deep. He really isn't. Okay.
First Look, sponsored by Google Pixel 8.
Okay, found it. Look at her. Look at Hannah.
What is that?
This girl, because I don't know what to do. Obviously, it's been a bit of a today, hasn't it? Been a slightly turbulent day, to say the least. I think.
Oh God.
Oh wow.
I don't know what I think.
choose Kaz.
I was going to ask you what your love languages are, right? But also, I feel like that's cheating.
What, you want to find them out?
I think I know one of them.
What?
One of them's definitely touch. Because you do that all the time.
I always do that,
Yeah,
don't
you do
I?
that, yeah. Have you got more than one?
I don't really know. What are all the love languages?
Words of affirmation.
I don't feel like I need someone to tell me, like, I don't like cringy stuff. Like, I don't
Really?
like being on the cringy, lovey-dovey vibes. Like,
So if I said to you that you're the perfect combination of sexy and cute, you wouldn't take that as a compliment?
no, that's cute.
That's
But,
not
like, I don't
cringy.
need someone to tell me that, like, all the time.
Is that all they're giving us?
Yeah. He's looking like he's made a mistake. I don't know how to take that.
Was that
I don't know how to say that.
it?
I don't know how to say
Bree Fry Free says Liberty looks like Mrs. Claus. That's what I'm saying. Did you see the state of, like, what was that? To be fair, Kaz, it was okay what Kaz was in, but they were all terrible.
Yeah. Callum, do you think Chris is smitten? Do you think? I don't know. I don't know.
I don't even know how to read that. I was literally like, what was the first look? What was you showing us? Yeah, we know they're gonna be talking.
Like we know. First of all, okay, from that we can deduce that Abacus is that. I think that's my go-to one. I always choose Abacus first. Abacus is going to be mad. I hope Chris picks Kaz. I hope
so too. I hope Chris does. I hope he just is like, I'm not gonna go for Arabella. Obviously, flipping who I would want, Sophie is gone. I'm gonna go for the next greatest girl in here. I'm gonna pick Kaz. I hope that's what he does. But
I hope so too.
Oh wow. KW says I think Sophie is going to get the ick. Do you think so? I don't know. Oh, I don't know. Aaliyah Shaw says this episode, antibiotics and Molly will be crying.
Oh yeah.
Now Molly's gonna be all right. We've got Tom.
Oh yeah, that's true. It really depends the order, innit, of the pick. Again, this is hard to call.
Yeah.
This is hard to call. So Tom will pick Tom will pick Molly or Georgia S. And that's the same for Callum, right? He will do the same.
No, so Molly's out. Callum has a pick.
Oh yeah, sorry, my God. Sorry, yeah.
Yeah, so Callum has a pick.
Callum's gonna pick Georgia S.
Yeah.
Right?
So we know she's out of the way. Tyler.
Yeah. Oh God. If he picks Hannah, he's gonna if he picks Hannah over Kaz, even if he doesn't pick last, if he picks Hannah over Kaz, he can't come back from that. He can't come back from that. He cannot. He's banished. He's banished. Cam, are you still in the chat? I need Cam to let me know, like, from a man's perspective. If Tyler, if he has the choice and he has a promotion business. He's saying he doesn't like Kaz. I know he doesn't like her, but he should pick her anyway. Like, there's no one in there for Kaz, so they seem to be getting on as friends. Let them just keep her in the villa. Just keep her in the villa. He cannot be the reason. First of all, he cannot be the reason for her embarrassment again. I cannot. No, you
can't, and you can't genuinely pick Hannah. Genuinely, can this man truly be on Hannah? Really, like that? That to me is wild. That's mad. Davy says Tyler is picking Madam Balloons. The immature reviewer says if Tyler likes Hannah more, he won't pick Kaz. I can't actually watch if Tyler picks Hannah. No, that's crazy.
How can he like Hannah more? She doesn't even like him.
Exactly. And imagine Hannah don't even like you. That's
Mad thing.
That's
As I
mad.
said, it's giving EastEnders, it's giving Carol
Carol
and
Jackson.
Lorenzo's character. That's what it's giving.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what it's
Who
giving.
would believe
And
in
I'm
that?
not here for it.
When Rinze's character was on Carol, that was madness.
Yeah,
Like,
I can't remember his name.
Nobody believed him. Like that he was after this 50-year-old chick who works in the laundrette. Really? These are fantasies of you people.
This is the thing. And even that film with Emma Thompson and what's the actor's name? That young actor, like bro, stop it.
Yeah. I mean, KW, Faye and Teddy vibes. It's true, but Teddy genuinely seemed to like her.
Yeah.
I mean,
Tyler just seems like, okay, right, I'm gonna have to kiss you at some point again today. It's in my contract. Shall we do it here? Shall we do it now?
I don't care, he's been paid. Topical G says, if he picks Hannah, he's moving mad. I do hear you, to be frank. Hopefully he doesn't, but don't want him playing with her feelings at the same time. I hear you, but just
I hear you, but I think he's gonna play with her feelings. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's gonna do that anyway. Like any one of those guys in there is gonna play with Kaz's feelings, because they're just gonna be like, oh yeah, okay, right. So we're together, gonna make this one. But it's
oh my god.
They don't fear.
But Immature Review says also Anton may pick Kaz too and switch up from Georgia Hay, which I wouldn't mind. I've got something for Anton and Kaz. I don't know. I
don't think he will though. I think he'll pick Georgia H again, because she hasn't said no. Georgia H still hasn't said no. She's just like, you know, she's like, oh, shall we keep trying but at a slower pace? And his thing was just like, yeah, your speed. And if he's a man of his word, why would he change it? Like, I don't think so. I think he's still gonna pick her.
God, it's a hard
if
one.
Josh doesn't pick her as well, there's that too.
No, Josh is gone.
Josh is gone.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, it's a weird one actually. I wonder how this is gonna go.
Wait,
I
need to write it down. So who's left?
It really does depend on Chris.
Yeah.
It's who Chris goes for. If he leaves Arabella, then who would pick her? That's an interesting one, because her options are gone. Like, you know, Josh is gone. So actually, who is going to pick her if Chris doesn't?
So how many boys are left? There's Callum, Chris, Toby, Anton, Tyler, Mitch. Mitch could.
Oh God!
I know they don't really like each other, but maybe. Oh, Toby, Jada, yep, Devi, maybe Toby.
So Toby may go for her. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
You know what? For real, Toby could do that, because I guess who Toby's after has gone. So then you might want to just go for Arabella, unless she's gone and then Toby does do a friendship thing with Kaz if Hannah is gone. Somebody said I wouldn't mind. Was it Anton picking Liberty? Immature Review, yeah. Anton and Liberty is not a bad shout, to be frank.
I think that's saying. I think Mitch is still gonna go for Liberty if she's there. Anton, if Anton goes for Georgia H.
Yeah.
Toby, you think? Toby, Arabella. Chris. He has to go for Kaz. He has to, because Tyler's gonna go for fucking Hannah.
Yeah. Oh God, that is so off. I don't even want to see it, but that could be it. Chris could just be like, I'm picking Kaz.
Yeah.
Maybe how the chips fall.
Oh mate, if he doesn't, then I guess Toby would pick her, really.
Yeah. Oh God, that's embarrassing. All I know is we don't need Kaz being like, you know, the bottom one that has to get a dud speech, and then she's like left to go and be with somebody. We don't need that.
It might happen. I'm not gonna lie.
In the long-winded way, I don't want Kaz to be chosen last. Like I don't want that to happen for her.
It might be that. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know. Like I was surprised it didn't happen before. Who knows? They may surprise us, but I don't know. It's like they've got other priorities now. But the thing is that when they've drawn out Chris, like antagonizing over his frigging choice, yeah, that's deep. That's deep. That's not going to go down well. It's not going to go down well at all.
I need him to not pick her. Don't pick her. That's it.
But he might pick her out of guilt, and then she's not gonna she's gonna reject him anyway. Do you know what I mean? Like if he picks her, she's not gonna be with him anyway. She's not gonna be able to suffer this. No.
That's too embarrassing.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a dud first look, boy.
I knew from when it was like it's only 1 minute 30 seconds or something. I was just like, nah, that's too short. That's usually longer than that. Do you know what I mean?
In the text release, it says Kaz and Tyler kiss in a dare.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. 353. Chris can't pick her after that showdown and saying he can't disrespect Sophie. Yeah.
Maybe Chris goes home.
What the hell? No, man. I mean, now I don't know because people are turning against Chris. I still think he can win this.
Maybe. I'm not really mad at Chris. I'm not feeling like I don't think he's not the fairless. I think Josh is worse than him as a human being. Do you know what I mean? Like, and Toby, to be honest. And Mitch.
Yeah. And Tom. And Mitch.
There's a lot more. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's a lot worse of people. It's just like he's just got a little spotlight at the moment, you know. So, but there's a lot worse of people than him in the villa for sure. So, I think people will get over it. They'll get over it, and maybe this is part of his journey. So it's just like he gets his, and then he can rise again, you know.
Yes, yeah. No, I think so. I think there's just a lot of people that have probably experienced similar to Arabella, and so
they can relate.
Yeah, and maybe they just needed a little bit more self-reflection, like Anton said. But
yeah. Okay, guys.
Pseudo Tip says Chris and Sophie to the final. I'm calling it now. Okay. I can see that taking place. I think she's sweet enough.
I wouldn't mind it.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind it at all. I feel like they could. That would be an all right. That would be an all right one. Yeah, I'll support that.
I want to see who else is coming in. I just need I need some new blood. I need new blood. I need some more. Because essentially, what did they do? They just argued that evening. There was no game. There was nothing.
There's no budget for games. We know this. There isn't. There's no budget for games.
What is this show?
No after
what
fun.
are we watching, Nana?
A bunch of people in a villa, and every so often they send in bombshells and mix it all up, and everybody has slept with everyone. That is the show we're watching.
Wow.
That's it. Yeah.
Crazy. Okay, and we're doing it by choice.
Debbie said Sade is going to jinx us with Olivia. I mean, she's coming in it, we know. She's
coming in.
She's probably in on Sunday. Sunday show, we're probably going to see Olivia.
Oh my God.
Hula hoops are cheap. Give them that. I don't know why it's so cheap, but you know.
So bad. It's so bad. Yeah, Olivia's coming in. Oh, she might go for Tom, innit? If Olivia comes in, will she come for Tom? I forgot about it, but tell me for real. Yeah, because wasn't she like Tom in the beginning? I think that was part of the issue. And then Tom liked Zara, and then Tom liked someone else.
Sammy.
I think Sammy. No, but someone else before Sammy. Or maybe I don't know. I can't remember exactly.
No, Ali Cat. What was her name? Was she another Ella, or was she an Ellie? But I used to call her Alley Cat.
Oh, but yeah, but I remember because Olivia wasn't giving the same vim to the other person. I was just like, look at you,
Yes. Yeah. Olivia's a little bit. Yeah. So bring on Olivia because she's also fancy Tom as well. Throw that into the mix. And he's probably church dad.
I wouldn't mind seeing Olivia and Antarctica showdown. I wouldn't mind seeing that.
Devi says, I think Danica is coming in and she has history with Tyler.
Oh.
Honestly, these people are feral. So there's just nobody else for them to start chatting to. Like they just chat.
They probably go all what do you call it? They probably all go to the same events. Do you know what I mean? Same circles all the time and everything like that. But I can see Danica and Tyler actually.
I can see that. I could see them being together. Yeah, but bring her in, man. Bring her in. Let them all in.
Let them all in. Might as well. We've got how many more weeks? 3 more weeks? 3 more weeks. I think so. No, 3. Ain't it 5 weeks? I think it's 5 weeks in total. We got 3 more weeks. Okay. Yeah.
Because where else is it gonna go? I'm baffled where they're gonna take us on this.
I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. I don't know what we're doing here, ITV. I don't know what's happening. Like, seriously, honestly. You need to do something. Guys, we're back tomorrow. We're back tomorrow at 12. We will be 12. But obviously, look out for the notification as well, kind of thing, because that's where we do our time changes if there are any. Thank you to everybody that's joined us today. Make sure you book the like button on exits, please. If you're watching this later, replay gang, leave us a comment. We get back to those as much as we can. And thank you, everybody. Appreciate it. Subscribe to Your Aunties Could Never, Nana Evans Com, and Hey, it's Sade Salami. And yeah, oh wow, is that for real? 94 people, 40 likes. You guys are taking a piss.
No. And yesterday, you were all doing
hate us?
So well, you know. You all did so well yesterday. We had really good likes. Come on, please, just like the team. Come on.
You guys hate us, innit? Just you're just pretending. You're pretending in the chat. You actually hate us. It's not nice. I feel sad. like Abacus.
Exactly. You're treating us like Arabella probably Asha.
Do you know what I mean? Let's go. Okay, cool. Appreciate you guys. See you tomorrow. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.